For nearly 50 years, one law ruled South Africa: apartheid, a system built on separation, fear, and control. A country divided by color, where the land of the many was owned by the few. But from the shadows rose voices that refused to be silenced. This is the story of South Africa's long walk to freedom. It began in 1948, when the white minority government passed laws to divide the nation. Black South Africans were forced into homelands, denied the right to vote, to move freely, or even walk on certain streets. Families were torn apart, communities bulldozed. Even love, between races, was made illegal. But the spirit of resistance burned quietly, in hearts and classrooms. A young lawyer named Nelson Mandela joined the African National Congress, ANC, and vowed to fight the system from within. When peaceful protest met bullets, Mandela turned to sabotage, not for revenge, but for justice. In 1964, he was arrested and sentenced to life imprisonment. He would spend 27 years behind bars, a symbol of hope for millions across the world. But even as Mandela sat in prison, South Africa's youth refused to be silent. June 16, 1976, Soweto, outside Johannesburg. Thousands of black students marched peacefully against a cruel law, forcing them to learn in Afrikaans, the language of their oppressors. They carried books, not weapons. But police opened fire. Hundreds were killed, including 13-year-old Hector Peterson, whose death shocked the world. The Soweto Uprising became a spark that lit the fire of revolution. The world could no longer look away. Nations imposed sanctions. Musicians sang Free Nelson Mandela. Students marched in London, New York, Lagos, and Accra. The pressure grew until the walls of apartheid began to crumble. And in 1990, Nelson Mandela walked free. 4 years later, in 1994, the impossible became real. South Africans, black, white, Indian, colored, stood side by side, voting for the first time together. Nelson Mandela became the first black president of South Africa, and the world watched as a nation once broken by hate chose forgiveness over vengeance, unity over fear. They tried to silence a generation, but the voices of Soweto changed a nation. Freedom was not given, it was earned. Subscribe to Ancient Africa Tales, where the spirit of Africa's heroes lives on.